Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Death Stranding. It is time to go from the distribution center south of Lake Knot City to the weather station with a chiralium gauge, apparently. And, we do not need to take out a vehicle because we've got the Laughing Man's bike right next to us. I've been playing a little bit off screen, and, I was supplying more stuff to Rhodes. I completed one premium delivery, so I have like one legend ranking. And otherwise, not much else has happened.
Order assigned.
But this episode is going to be post-commentary because there's a lot of dumb deliveries in this one. And this rocky area is nasty, man. It's like raw butt is what it is. So, what I was doing here is just trying to map a thing. So we go to the generator, because of course you would. Straight through BT territory, and nothing for it. You gotta go up the crazy mountain to the weather station. And there's no roads or anything. But, this was kind of lucky here. This is one of the ones I was supplying things to, and all it needs is 10 metals. And the smallest metal you can find is 50. Well, look at that, there's 100 medals right there, so I got real excited. I was like, oh yeah. Okay. So I'll say it for you again now. Like, oh yeah, look at the 100 medals, we could go finish this road. There you go. A little bit of live commentary in the post-commentary. But there's gonna be a lot of, like, cuts and trimming out of, like, stupidness here. That's why I decided to do post-commentary. Which is weird, because why would you want to see a task twice? This whole game is like a task. But it's all good. It's not gonna be much different than the other episodes, really. Because we can still sing London Bridge and do whatever. But yes, this road is very good because it goes over some of these stupid rocks. But hardly enough. Conan O'Brien's over there somewhere. But we won't be doing that this time. You can see I brought that mule truck over here, too. Wheeled some supplies over. But yeah, the Laughed Man's bike. What little good it's gonna do in this terrain, but we tried. You can at least jump it a little bit better than the truck. Should have just taken the road. I don't know what I was thinking here. Actually, I think I had that exact thought at this moment. Luckily, no red water here. But yeah, there's a lot of fetch questy. I realize that's this whole game is a fetch quest, but I don't know, some of the orders in this 2 hours of gameplay is what it was. Some of them were just really stupid, so I figured it would be best to trim it down and do some post-commentary. Struggling with this, like, see, I just gave up on the bike. I think I'm about to get off of it here. Just smacking into everything. Oh yeah, because the BTs too. But anyway, let's talk as if it's not post-commentary. I am trying, in the theme of this game, a new energy drink. It's called Ghost, which is also fitting for these BTs. It's made in Nevada, Las Vegas. And the particular flavor that I'm drinking is blue raspberry Sour Patch Kids. It's alright. For an artificially flavored thing, it doesn't taste artificial. So yeah, we just kind of took it easy here. I saw some crazy thing in the news about training Navy SEALs taking Viagra to offset fluid in their lungs. I don't know how that works, but apparently it does to a degree, but then they die anyway. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, there's a portion of Navy SEAL training called Hell Week. And apparently in the news, somebody just died. And it's only got like a 15 to 30% success rate. Yeah. I've been taking out a lot of these guys, these BTs. When I was playing on easy my first time through this game, I very rarely used my grenades. But for some reason I'm finding it hard to traverse things. Like where I see a BT is where I want to go. For example, right here, this little ledge is perfect for propping up a ladder. Although it's actually a bit tall. I had to back up quite a bit here to make it look like some kind of normal. Some kind of wonderful. See, I got the L1 boot next to my name. Oh yeah, there was random metals scattered around, and I didn't know why, but I figured I'd pick them up anyway. But then the answer why reveals itself shortly after this rope. Roger, Roger, 29. Somewhere over here, there's like a road paver thingy. So another 200 metals. Oh yeah, this is funny. I picked up that package figuring, why not? We're gonna be heading back that way anyway. Yeah, well, wait till you see what happens with that package. I had a little spill. I also forgot that whole time I was just running just now. I forgot I was still in BT territory until the thing started flickering like crazy. It is nerve-wracking because there's like not a good path. I kept finding these guys were right where I wanted to be, like I said. See? 2. And off to the side, there's not much. There's an ability you get later on that greatly helps with these guys. Even more so than the grenades. And this was a foolish decision. I decided I'll grenade one right in front of another. What could possibly go wrong? But actually, maybe it wasn't that foolish. But you can see, he definitely heard something. He's floating closer. And now he's doing the splashy thing. But I like to think that maybe that opened up a path here. Either way, I think both of those I could have just held my breath and got past them. Sometimes you forget how the mechanics of the game work. But yeah, back to that Navy SEAL story. So, a training soldier died because he had too much fluid in his lungs from some like crazy Hell Week swimming. I forget what they called it. There was an acronym for this specific type of training for Navy SEALs. And he started falling behind and having trouble, but he finished the training anyway. And then shortly after, he coughed up a whole Gatorade bottle full of blood and then died. I was like, that's just disgusting, man. Yeah, look at this auto paver. I don't even remember this. Even looking at it right now, I have no idea when this is complete, what it attaches to. I didn't think the road went this far north. But it does. And it needs a lot of supplies. It's gonna be tough getting supplies up here. And then without thinking, I just figured I was safe to cross. And yeah, you have to start paddling like a moron when you're falling down the river. And there you go, the lost cargo medical supplies that I picked up got destroyed. Luckily I didn't lose anything though, my climbing anchor got stuck on that rock, so I was able to just come and pick it up. Barely though, it's in the red water. Almost fell again. But there is a portion of this that's not red. Just gotta find it. To the baby's dismay, though. Yeah, I couldn't imagine training to be a Navy SEAL. It takes a special kind of person to be able to endure that. Here I was not too long ago talking about how laying down is my favorite thing ever. I'm probably the exact opposite of a Navy SEAL. But I guess it's a good thing manly men exist. And really strong women, too. Maybe in another life I was one of those. Sometimes I would like to be. Well, we pretty much did it. Now, here I took on a stupid order where it makes you build a safe house. And I did that, and it was ridiculous, but I cut it out because it was pointless. It wasn't a major story quest. Nice view, though. I like the upside-down rainbow thingy. We're actually at the base of the Snowy Mountain region. So it's like the apex of Region 2, if you want to call it that. None of that made any sense. I don't know. So from here we go to some place called the Timefall Farm.
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until
And well,
cargo verified.
it's something. We'll talk about it as we do it, I guess. But this unlocks the PCC level 2, so we can get a lot more stuff now.
Hello. Sam Bridges, right? We've been expecting you. The gauge you brought is going to save a lot of lives. Let me do a quick inspection. Oh, what? Thank you.
At least I think it's now. It's sometime in this episode. Oh yeah, we get special alloys now as an additional material at all the bases. I was a transporter too. Off screen, it leveled up some.
Once you connect us to the network, we'll be able to share our measurements with everyone. You mind doing the honors?
We should also be able to predict timefall now too, which is a kind of cumbersome way of checking it. I don't really understand the weather forecasting in this game. Yeah, we do get it. PCC level 2, that's what crafts zip lines, but oh, Timefall Shelter is very good too. But yeah, we don't have the zipline blueprint yet.
I'm sure they told you, but this weather station was built before the Death Stranding. Bridges 1 came and fixed it up. Unfortunately, we lost contact with our weather satellites a while back. Interference from chiral clouds. So it's been tough to measure chiralium levels and predict timefall. But thanks to you, this weather station can finally function as intended. You made our jobs easier. Now let us do the same for you. We won't let you down, I promise. Take care.
I see you got the weather station back online. Excellent work, Sam. When a region is integrated into the chiral network, it's also brought closer to the beach, in a manner of speaking. There's a significant impact on chiralium levels, and measuring that impact is one of the Cupid's primary functions. The more we know, the more accurately we can determine where to expect timefall and when. Without the chiral network, we'd be left guessing. Oh, and thanks to your latest accomplishment, you can now review the weather forecast via your cufflinks. Check your map. You'll see. Ought to come in handy when you're planning routes. I'll keep an eye on the chiral density from right here in my lab. It's not too far from South Knot City. Keep processing those orders and you'll put that region on the grid soon enough. Good luck, Sam.
Good work, Sam. That's one more site on the grid. Keep it up and we'll be finished before you know it. The weather station's forecast should be visible to everyone on the chiral network now. Yourself included. You can access them via your cufflinks. It could be useful when plotting your routes.
Yeah, okay, so now's when we get into the bigger cuts. So from here, we're going to the Timefall Farm, which is south of the weather station. And we don't really need to take anything with us. It's just delivering some wheat seeds. And there was a copyrighted song during this journey, but I left a little bit of the journey in because the view you get coming down to the farm is pretty good. So yeah, see this big hill? You can kind of see it way in the distance there. There's some farmland. And like right about now, the song kicked in, so I cut that out too. But just beyond that watchtower at the bottom of the hill is the farm. I like these big scenic shots. Yeah, I'm leaving by low roar. But at the bottom of the hill, there's some fun to be had with mules, or I think they're actually not even mules. I think they're more advanced. But yeah, this tall grass, if you have your packages not too high, you can duck and hide and they can't find you. So I was kind of doing a little bit of that, but they're driving around on a truck or two. And I think they pretty much found me anyway. I think I just punched a guy off of it. I tried to anyway, because they just stopped right here. Yeah, I don't know. Combat is clearly not the focus of this game. But I did alright in the grass taking these guys out. I tried to drop kick them with some of the new moves, how you can like run and jump. Pretty much took everything I could from these guys, but the trek back is dangerous. It's funny watching them slip up too, like that guy, he was coming to attack and he slipped. Never know who's gonna attack first. God, he swung that like a golf club. So yeah, you could take these guys' trucks too, and you gotta go all the way back up the hill eventually, back to the distribution center we started at. And like, there's definitely not enough battery life in these things to do that. But I guess that's why they have PCC level 1s on them, because you could craft generators on your way. Started playing sloppy here. Come on, past self, take them out. On harder difficulties, they do attack more frequently, I heard. Wow, look at that consciousness gauge. I almost lost it. I didn't even realize I cut it that close. That beatdown is fun. So yeah, lots of nice metals to go towards some road, but there's nothing near here. I don't even know where the guy that's left alive is. But the music's still going, and the alarm's still going. There's a memory chip in there. I didn't go for it, because I had the pressure of recording, and I was just trying to be like, alright, we gotta expedite everything. I like this area, though. It's just a shame it's so far from everything else. But like the wheat growing and stuff is nice to look at. So maybe off screen I'll come back and get that memory chip that I skipped. It's just, yeah, taking on any kind of order and coming all the way back here with no roads. I don't even think there's a possibility for roads. Because it's just so far out. And it's not called Timefall Farm for no reason. I remember being surprised right now that it wasn't raining, but as soon as you bring them online, it starts.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
And this is where we get to some of that stupid collectathon orders.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo
There's an order that's not part of the story, but it has you go a little bit forward here, like if I kept driving forward right now. And go pick up random packages and bring it back here. I did do it, but I cut it out because it literally is just like, go collect 6 of these things and then come back. And that's just, there's nothing to that.
Thank you. Ridges has always been so good to us. Amelie was a dear friend in the early days. She saw the value in what we were doing and led the effort to get our farm up and running. We've been waiting a long time to join the Chiral network.
Let's have a look at that wheat you brought, shall we?
Well, Albi, did you really bring us this much? How on earth did you manage? Oh.
So these are the ones who give you the negating the ping thing.
By the way, you wouldn't happen to know Fragile, would you? If you see her, pass along a message for us. Tell her, thanks for saving our hides. If she hadn't stepped up, South Knots and our farm would have been wiped off the face of the earth. She's a hero. And you can tell her I said so. All right, the network. Think you can get us online?
It's nice to have other player structures here, though, especially any kind of generator for these trucks.
So, Sam, you've been run down by mules after they ping.
So yeah, scanner nullification. If you time it right, you can go undetected in mule territory when they scan for you.
Thank you. Now to start really using Timefall to our advantage. Our farm will be a world first. Truth be told, we've got some test fields, but without the ability to predict Timefall, the results have been less than stellar. The Timefall around here was fairly regular, so we had a reasonable idea of when to plant and when to harvest. But then the terrorists went and threw everything out of whack. Too many dead, too many craters. Weather became impossible to predict. The network's forecast ought to help us get back on track, thank goodness. If all goes to plan, we'll be able to expand our operation and use Timefall to cultivate whole swaths of land. We'll continue our genetic research too, of course, and see if we can't find a way to help develop a sustainable ecosystem. Hell, maybe we'll even stumble into some answers about the Timefall while we're at it. We got our work cut out for us, but I'm up for the challenge. Thanks again, Sam. You've given us hope for a better tomorrow. I can't wait for the harvest.
That's the way, Sam. Halfway there. You can do it. Huh? Well, would you look at that? You've only just brought the Timefall Farm into the network, and already we've got new orders. May as well make use of the return trip.
Yeah, the return trip was
New
disgusting. So I cut the whole thing out. But basically, if I show it here, I can't remember. We go back to the distribution center. And there's that collectathon one, which I did do. But then back at the distribution center, when I eventually got there, it took a long time. There was another copyrighted song. We take on an order to the junk dealer and the film director. The film director is optional, but it's nice to have. And this terrain, I took out a long trike here, too. It looks like Mars, the terrain that we're about to go into. So since the film director's optional, I opted to go there first, even though the junk dealer one's on a time limit.
Sam, it's fragile. Though he calls himself a junk dealer now, your client used to work in comms as a repairman. Could fix anything, from simple wireless terminals to integral parts of the civic network. He was a good man, a pleasure to deal with. But after the attack near South Knot City, he changed. Not that I blame him. We gave him plenty of reason to distrust us.
Yeah, the junk dealer is a huge jerk. This whole thing, it's like a love story that's kind of stupid. But, this is dangerous. There's a mule camp here. And you gotta be able to jump the bike really well, which I'm not good at. But you have an option of going around here to avoid some of the jumps. And it looks like that camp is full of resins, which is kind of useless. Maybe not, though. So yeah, I kind of was panicking trying to find a way across, but look at it's all big chasms. So I was like, whatever, there's nothing for it, we gotta jump the bike. I pressed the button, and nothing happened. Luckily there is a way out, but it's kind of tough to find, and I had to abandon the bike. But you basically just keep going down and eventually climb up. And eventually you make it to the film director. I cut it out because I was just trying to save time on the video. And it was literally just straight ahead. You could stare and see it from that chasm.
Interesting. I'll think about joining the UCA at a later date. I have something for you. A token of my appreciation. Take it. I insist.
So I don't know if the film director's supposed to be anybody in particular. Like, half of these people, they're modeled after real people, obviously. Yeah, just cosmetic stuff, sunglasses.
So long, Sam Bridges.
And
thank you.
Then the junk dealer, as we saw on the map, is right next to the film director, so just a little bit ways, here's the junk dealer. All those packages by his place are a side mission that I didn't even bother with this time. But this guy is a huge jerk. So basically, this girl is important to him, and we gotta find her. He believes that she's dead, and we have to go prove that she's alive, find her, and bring her back here. That's basically the ultimate quest happening right now.
Long time gone, my girl. All because of some terrorist nut jobs. And their buddies at Fragile fucking Express. Not to mention the Bridges assholes who had to go and kick the hornet's nest. Whatever. Let's see the goods. You make good time, like you're supposed to. That's your job, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned, all you porters are no better than terrorists. And nothing you say will convince me otherwise. So take your Cupid and fuck off.
Well, okay then. Something tells me that if we want to win him over, we need to figure out what really happened to that woman in the hologram. He seems to think she died in the attack. But we checked South Knot City's records, and there's no death certificate for a woman matching her description. which is why I asked Fragile to look into it.
Hey, Sam. I was looking through my old client database on the off chance I might find our mystery woman. And wouldn't you know it, a pretty close match popped up. Facial and voice. She's still alive. Our drug dealer's grieving for nothing. I doubt he'll take our word for it, though. Hang on. He just posted another order. Probably just trying to push our buttons. May as well check the delivery terminal and see what he wants.
Yeah, this is another fetch quest thing I cut out. He has you go in BT territory and collect like 6 to 8 packages. Which I did. It's a little scary, but nothing too special, so I didn't show it. I mean, I know it's BTs and it should be probably shown. But then you watch her dance again and yeah.
Shit! You actually managed to get the goods out of there? That takes balls. And would you look at that haul? You're definitely a cut above those fragile express goons. Let me guess. The great deliverer, am I right? Thought so.
So yeah, once you complete that, now you go find the girl. Which is kind of the whole point.
You know, those ruins you went to wouldn't be ruins if Fragile hadn't fucked us over. Bridges, too. All that talk of rebuilding the country. It's just stirring folks up. My girl would still be alive if it wasn't for you people. She was there. When the terrorists tried to take out South Knot, she was already dead. Because of you.
He's wrong. She's in a shelter southeast of the ruins. Mind if I take over? If he's not coming outside, then it doesn't matter who he yells at over the wire. And I'm guessing he'll feel better taking it out on me.
Hey, Bridges. Fragile says my girl's alive. And I'm just supposed to believe her? After what she did? Hell no. You're gonna need to prove it. And there's only one way out. I'll give you something to take to this woman you found. She says it's hers. You bring her back here to me. Take this with you, too. It's a skeleton I made that improves stability and mobility. Threw together some of the parts I've got lying around. Just so we're clear, I'm only giving it to you because I want to make abso-fucking-lutely sure you complete this delivery. If my girl's still alive, then when she sees what you're carrying, she'll want you to bring her here. You do right by me. I'll do right by you.
Yeah, I spent like 2 minutes sorting my inventory, but we're going to the Chiral Artist. I equipped the speed skeleton he gave us. Gives you a little speed boost. Like that. But yeah, this order is unique in that you have to carry it in your hand. You see in Sam's right hand, he's actually carrying the package. It's a fragile thing that you have to... You can't put it on your back. You have to do that. So I left all this in just to show this like Mars-like terrain and... because I can't cut everything out. And since you have something in your hand at all times, it's kind of like your option for fighting the BTs is suddenly taken from you. So it basically tests your ability to dodge and hold your breath. And then once we find the girl, we gotta bring her back through all this, and that part I do trim out because it's the same thing over again. But yeah, sorry for all the cuts in the post-commentary situation. I was playing it and realized, like, this is kind of just tedious at this point. And I'm always looking for stuff like that, ways that, like, this is a long game. We've already been over. It's at least 60 hours if, like, you take your time with it and stuff. So if there's a way to condense it down. There's like one right on top of the mountain here where my line that I'm following is going. But for the most part, it's pretty easy to dodge these guys. You just stop for a minute, look around, see where they are, and keep going. tricky part is keeping your balance when your R2 is taken from you carrying a package. Although he does seem to tuck it, I think it does still work for gripping his feet down. Yeah, I didn't even realize, look at my stamina is depleting. I didn't realize I was walking on this hill sideways was taking it from me. My big concern right now was the hematic grenades that I had on me. The Timefall had nearly completely damaged them. But I deposited a lot of stuff in the private locker because... Yeah, see, that's the guy that I like almost walked right into. Yeah, knowing that we have to find this girl and bring her back. When you put a person, remember how we carried that body to the incinerator? If you have a person on your back, you pretty much can't have anything else on your back. So I knew that going into this. So I put a lot of my stuff in the locker. Including the power skeleton that... By the way, the power skeleton is level 3. Got a little close to this guy, and holding the breath wasn't working. Because, yeah, I did an order off screen for the engineer and unlocked power skeleton level 3. But right now, that's in the locker in favor of the speed skeleton. Which is kind of crap, but for this, like, it would be nice to speed boost. I probably could, but I was concerned about the BTs. I think I probably boost here now that we're clear. Yeah, there we go. But the rain and the terrain makes you slip a lot. Plus, you gotta be mindful of Sam's batteries. It is cool, though. There's one more skeleton. It's like an all-terrain one that's really good for the snowy region. And that basically becomes the one you wear at all times at some point. But if there was like a code for infinite battery, I would probably maintain the speed skeleton the whole time just to speed things up. Look at this, man. This looks kind of cool. Nice crater lake. And there's the Chiral Artist. Just gotta get there. So we're almost done, actually, with episode 3, Fragile. Fragile. I think, yeah, her name is Fragile, even though you say the word fragile. That actually becomes a thing, too, in an upcoming cutscene. Not this time, but at the end of the episode. Like the episode 3, I mean.
Beginning scan.
So, yeah.
Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
It's a tricky game to do, man.
Thank you.
Live commentary or post commentary, it's kind of it's a gamble. Yes, the hourglass.
Are you with Fragile Express? No. You're a Bridges porter, aren't you? I'm not expecting a package. Oh, it's nothing dangerous, is it? Oh my lord. I never thought I'd see this again. Let me have a closer look. Oh, incredible. Not so much as a single scratch. I can't thank you enough.
This lady is super important because she is the one that gives us the blueprints for a very good thing. It's a BT handgun.
So, I'm on the one and only Chiral network now. That's wonderful. I'm happy to be a part of the UCA.
I don't like seeing that bandwidth go up. Let's see, just another little speck in the Midwest here. Anti-BT handgun level 1, though. But still, it's an option other than grenades now to take out these BTs.
You'll drop by again, won't you?
This is a little bit cringy, this scene, but oh well.
Take me with you. Please. I have to see him again. I made this for him, you know. When the terrorists attacked, my mother and I barely escaped with our lives. I tried to find him afterwards. I did. I just didn't know where to look. But that's not why I stopped. My mother never liked him. She made that pretty clear. But I didn't think she'd go as far as to lie. So when she said that he died, I believed her. Until I heard that message. It's him. It's really him. I should never have given up. Deep down, I knew he was out there somewhere. But I couldn't leave my mother all alone. So I tried to make my peace with it. Only I couldn't. Not even if I do wanted to. I was stuck in the past, unable to move on. Take me to him. I'm begging you. I'm ready to go. Right now, if you want. Just say you take me.
I like how Sam never says anything. So yeah, I took some locker management to make room for her still. I crafted the handgun, and then we accept the order. Shove her in a body bag with the hourglass.
I'll hold the hourglass. I don't want it to break.
This doesn't make any sense to me. The whole time her face is exposed. Like, you're telling me your face can't get wet in the rain? But yeah, I cut it out because it's just that same trip we did with the hourglass case.
Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
And yeah, we reunite the two, and
Sam Porter Bridges.
that's really it. I mean, then we have to get back to the distribution center and eventually back to Lake Knot, but that'll be its own episode. Hopefully back to live commentary. Oh yeah, I had a bola gun I found along the way and was carrying that because I wanted it.
Are you hurt? Thanks, Bridges. can't believe you're alive.
That's my line, silly.
I thought you were dead.
My mom told me you were.
I kept it close. Always. But after the attack, it stopped working. I thought about fixing it, getting the sand flowing again. But it felt too much like moving on. Like forgetting you.
Well, now we can both move on. Together, you and me. If you're ready.
Of course.
The man I knew. Little Peter Junk. He fixed things, made them like new again. Picking up the pieces and making the most of them. That's what I do best too. But this is one piece. We don't need. The only time that matters is the time I spend with you. So let's count the moments ourselves together. I'm asking you to marry me, dummy.
I will. I do. Yes.
One other thing.
What?
Don't hate Mom, please. Tell her this is what we want. Help her to understand and accept it. Because she needs us, and I need her.
All right. I'm pretty good at patching things up.
It's kind of out of place in the whole thing, really. Well, yeah, I believe we gotta hear from, what's his face again? The guy who always, what's his name? Die-Hardman, there you go. Oh yeah, a little robot made it with a D rank, was that what that was?
Sorry, I was such an asshole. I treated you and Fragile like shit. I'm gonna try and make a fresh start with my girl. And though I can't do half of what you people do out there every day, I'm ready to pull my weight. If you need anything fixed, I'm your man. The UCA can count on me. It'll take some getting used to, but it's past time. We will join the UCA's network. I won't let you down. I swear.
We'll never forget you. Thank you.
Yeah, the whole like thing is kind of weird, but... well. Sam, you now have to go back to the beginning of the game and take on an order. Don't worry, though. It's not the last one. I don't know, I said I was going to skip all these. I left this in. I don't know what I was doing at the time. So yes, he's the speed skeleton guy. Not really that important, but yep. So you see what I mean? It's all just tiny specks in the Midwest. Still not really, anything too major. But it's good to have the chiral network going so you can build stuff where you want it.
Sam, that whole region is connected to the chiral network now. Head for the next area. To connect South Knot City, you'll need to make a delivery from Lake Knot City.
Huh? Not sure I follow. Why not just get them on the network? Let them print what they need.
Because you can't print everything. You do know that, right? Food, medicine, organic compounds, that blood of yours that's proven so effective against BTs? None of that can be sent via the network. Only the old-fashioned way. The people of South Knot have been struggling ever since the last attack. Now, if they're to survive, they'll need all the supplies Lake Knot can spare. Head back there and pick up the order. By the way, sometimes you might find yourself traveling home empty-handed, right? Wasted trip, I say. Make the most out of it by making sure you've always got an order on your back. For instance, one just came in from the junk dealer. A joint request from him and the Chiral Artist, looks like. I think it'd be in everyone's best interest if you took it on. Check the terminal for details.
Heads up, Sam. I'm detecting abnormal chiral levels to the north of South Knot City. The numbers indicate heavy timefall in the area. It appears to be some kind of storm, but nothing like anything I've ever seen before. Though, truth be told, I can't actually see it either. The storm should be right outside my lab, but with the baby, I'm in no position to investigate. Doesn't seem to have done any real damage yet, but would you mind looking into it for me? Just be sure to keep your distance, alright?
Yeah, it's foreshadowing of some crazy stuff, but thank you guys for watching. Next time, we have to go all the way back to the beginning, Lake Knot City. So I guess we will do that. Take care.